Welcome to this short video. This video is to help us complete our 2023 school annual census. That's annual school census. As we all know, this census is done every year. It helps us to know the various states of every school in the municipal and across the country. So this year is not different. The wonderful thing about this year's census is that we are trying as much as possible to make everything simple. That's why we are creating this video in addition to all the various information that will come with. So when you receive a file, which is an Excel file, and you open that file either on your laptop or on your phone, any of them will work. So any of these files that you select will help you. Any of the platform in which you choose will help you to complete the file, either a laptop or a smartphone. But I can say that the best option is to choose the laptop, because you can see everything clear and everything bold. When you open the file, you have series of sheets that have been embedded together. The first one is the instruction sheet, that even if you have not watched this video and you have to read through the instruction, you know everything that entails to this. So everything about the instruction about what to do and everything that you need to do. So that is with the instruction. After that, the next thing you need to come and work on is the school profile. So if the first point of entry is the school profile, where you enter the name of your school. So I was just trying it and I entered some schools here. So I'm changing it maybe to some Salo preparatory school. Then you type your ME school. So 10, then 5525. So every school has an ME school. 0019. So then the year of establishment, you enter the year. What year was the school established? Maybe 2005. Then in this case, the type of school you are not going to type, you only select. So San Salo is a private school. Then you enter the digital address of your school. If you really want to generate that, you can use the GPS app to get the digital address. You type the digital address, that is alphanumeric, alphabet, and then select the circuit. So San Salo is in Odumansi B. So that's it. Then you type the name of the head teacher. So the head teacher can be, let me just type any name. Then you type the contact. Okay. When you are done entering the information here, then there's some Salo. The next one is the level. You choose which of the levels. So is it nursery, KG, primary, JJ? So you choose based on the level. If it is only nursery and KG, or nursery, KG, and primary, you select. When you have finished doing the entry here, and you move to the next sheet, that is with the teacher. This entails everything about the teachers, but I'll create a different video on the teachers to explain that file or that sheet. So I'll skip the teacher profile and move on to school identity. The information that you have entered in the school profile. They will appear here, the school that you select. Like we have 8 circuits, and all these circuits are having circuit code. So the system have been developed that whatever circuit you select comes with a circuit code, and we have just listed them here for you to see that these are the circuits and their circuit codes. So this is the next sheet where you are to work with. What do? When you come to the school identity, like I've said, this census is focused on capturing 3 things. 1, enrollment, school. 2, school identity, and the third one is teacher's profile. So when you receive this sheet, it's only 3 things that you are going to work with: the enrollment, school identity, and that's everything about the school, and then teacher profile, your teachers, how many of them are in the school, and there are various names. And so that's it. The next thing you need to do is to come. So is it a Gallup school? If it is yes, you select. If it is no, you select. Compass school, you select. Management unit. So with a private school, the management unit is private. If it's public and it is Methodist or Anglican, you type. And the locality, what do you want to say? And the type of locality, is it urban or rural? You select. Then the name of the head teacher. Then the sex, male, female. You type the name, the rank of that teacher, the contact, then the name of the supervisor and the contact. Then we come to furniture. So the first column here that the cursor is pointing speaks about seating place available. So that's chairs for caging. Then this one, seating place needed. So maybe you have 10 chairs, you really enter 10, but you need 20 more. You type it. Then it continues with the writing. So seating, then the writing will be table in that order. Then you come to furniture for primary. Then that of the JHS, the same thing. So number of sitting places, that's number of chairs, tables, that's writing table in that order. You fill it. Then you continue with that of the primary, if your school have primary in addition. Then JHS. Then you come to classroom board, whether you have chalkboard available, and you enter yes or no. Then you come to teacher furniture. How many sitting places are available and how many are needed for the teacher in that order. Then you come to number of classrooms. So in the case, if you have 5, maybe nursery you have 2. So whilst you are entering it, is giving you the sum. Nursery you have 2, primary KG you have 2, then or 3, it depends on your school. Then primary maybe 6. Then JHS, that's if your school have a JHS. If it's not, you leave it. Then the source of drinking water, is it pipe borne? Pipe borne or well? Then is your school having functional electricity for the KG, primary, JHS? You select. If it is yes, you do. If it is, you select as demanded. Then hand washing facility, Veronica bucket, TV tap, you give them. Then number of urinal, if you have 4, you enter. Then toilet facility, how many toilet facilities do you have? Then if your school is under 3, you indicate KG, primary, JHS. Then the school condition, that's the school block condition. Is it having weak foundation? You select yes or no. Weak walls, crack walls. Is the school ripped off? Then does your school have a marker board? All these are things that are yes or no, and it entails everything. School science lab, if your school in a deprived place, difficult to reach, the distance from your school to the municipal education office. If your school having a school feeding, if your school having canteen, does your school run shift, everything. If you are having JHS, then you need to give us the 2022 BEC percentage that you had in that order. When you are done with this, then you come to enrollment. With enrollment, is very simple. Enrollment have various sheets. So if you are not having crèche, you need to leave that sheet blank. If you are having KG1, you go to that. If you are having KG2, so in that order, whatever level you are having up to JHS 3, so all the sheets are there. If you are not having them, then it means you don't fill that sheet. If you are not having JHS 3, leave it. If you are not having JHS, leave the various sheets that you don't have. So I'm going to pick one. Maybe let me pick KG1 to demonstrate. Like I've said, if you come to the instruction, you see the instruction here. It explains everything. So I'm going to use this video to demonstrate. So let me pick maybe KG1. Then it's telling me to type the first name of the pupil in KG1. So what's the name? So let me even type my name, Manuel. That one can easily be gotten. The middle name. The student is not having middle name, you leave it. Then maybe another name, Ayete. Then sex, male. Then date of birth. This is where the issue is. With the date of birth, it is the month first, then followed by the date, whether 20th, 1st, 12th, whatever. Then the year. So if I am a December born, then it means it's 12, and maybe 29th, then maybe 2016, the date of birth. Immediately I'm done with that, it gives me the age. Then it will mark. You will see this column. This column gives you a mark. It will mark it that it is correct. So if you have done where the compulsories are where the asterisks are, so if you have done all those things correct, it will mark it for you. Then we come to country. The country is for students who are not Ghanaians. If the person is a Ghanaian, you leave it blank. Don't type anything. But if the person is not a Ghanaian, that pupil is not a Ghanaian, then you can go through all the countries you can think of in the world. You can even start typing. So if I want to type you, so every United Kingdom, every country that starts with you will pop up, and it goes on, and that is it. All the countries are in. I have added every country that you can think of. But if the student is not, this one is for students that are not Ghanaians. If the student is a Ghanaian, leave it. You don't need to be typing Ghanaian. No, you leave that. Then we come to disability. If a student is having any of these disabilities, you can select any of them. We have a lot of disabilities here. Again, if you need explanation to these disabilities, come to the instruction and everything about the disabilities here. Everything, every explanation that you did, about 30 disabilities and their explanation. So you don't need to worry. The explanations are in the instruction. When you are done with this, then it means you are done with the enrollment and the school profile. The next thing that you can think of is is teacher profile, which I am going to explain also in another video. Thank you very much. So this is very short. When you open the file, you come to the school profile, you fill this form, it gives you the information, and when you type this thing here and you come to school identity, you don't need to type. It will not even allow you to tell you this part of the sheet have been blocked, and to bring you back to where you need to do the entry. So that's how it is. Then when you move to the class levels, you type again. So let me type another one. So so let me try and see if I can make some mistakes. So 23rd of this 2017. So it will give me a value error. Why? Because we are expecting the month first before then. So that's it. Thank you once again. God bless you. Just fill this form. When you are done filling the form, you send the file to the office mail. Send the file to the office mail. It's as simple as that. Just send the file to the office mail, which will be given to you in an instruction on the platforms. Thank you.